Who doesn't love macaroni and cheese? Rich and creamy on the inside with that crunchy breadcrumb topping. It might just be the most perfect comfort food ever invented. Ready? While boiling the pasta for the macaroni and cheese, go ahead and toast the breadcrumbs that are going to go on top. So I'm going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter in a skillet over like medium heat. You don't want it to brown. Then I'm going to add some panko. So panko are a Japanese breadcrumb and they make an awesome crunchy topping. And I'm toasting them first on the stovetop because they're not really going to be in the oven long enough to get that nice golden brown. Okay, so see, my breadcrumbs are really pretty golden brown now. That's what we want for the topping. Okay, and now I'm gonna mix in our first cheese, a little Parmesan for like nutty saltiness, and then some fresh thyme. Gives it a little fresh hit and also some nice green color. So just give that a mix with my hands and then give it a little salt. Okay, that's good to go. So the key to a creamy macaroni and cheese is the bechamel. It's like the base to your cheese sauce. So to make it, I'm gonna melt 2 more tablespoons of butter in a medium skillet. Again, over like medium heat, you don't want it to get too hot. And then for extra flavor, I've got some grated onion and some grated garlic. These give great flavor, but also since I grated it, it's gonna keep the sauce really silky smooth. And I'm just gonna cook those down a little bit to keep my sauce creamy, not watery. Okay, now I'm gonna whisk in some flour. This is the base of a roux, basically. Sprinkle that in and use a whisk to incorporate it into the butter and onions. So I'm gonna cook and whisk the flour for like at least a minute. That's gonna cook out that raw flour taste. And next I'm gonna add some warm milk. This one I just stuck in the microwave. So a little bit at a time, and whisk it in to incorporate. And when it's smooth, you're good to go. Add some more milk. If I added the milk cold, the melted butter in here would seize, and that means clumpy sauce. So I'm gonna bring this to a simmer and let it cook until it's a little bit thicker. And I'm gonna whisk every once in a while just to make sure it stays creamy and we've got no lumps. Now, time for the cheese. I'm using 3 different types. I've got Fontina, it's an awesome melter. It's gonna keep that sauce really rich and creamy. And then some sharp white cheddar and Gruyere. These are a little bit sharper. They're gonna add great flavor to the sauce. So then I'm just gonna whisk those in until they're melted and smooth. I'm gonna add some ground dried mustard powder. It's classic for macaroni and cheese and helps cut the richness in the cream sauce. And just a pinch of cayenne. A little bit of heat helps to wake up all those flavors. Whisk those in until smooth. Now, time to add the pasta. At this point, my sauce is perfect, so I'm gonna pull it off the heat when I add the pasta because I don't want it to cook anymore. So these are cavatappi. They're short and curly, they're cute, but any short pasta will work. So noodles into the sauce. I'm just gonna fold them in till everything's coated with the cheese sauce. So now into the baking dish. I'm gonna bake this in 2 stages. Into the oven. So I'm gonna bake it about halfway, 10 minutes or so, and then add the breadcrumbs. That's why we toasted them first. Okay, so this has been baking for about 10 minutes. It's nice and hot. Now the breadcrumbs. Back in the oven. Okay, this looks great. Golden brown and crunchy on the top, rich and creamy inside. Let's give it a try. Oh, wow. Look at that creamy center. Ooh, looks pretty good. Perfect. For this delicious mac and cheese and more comfort food classics, go to bonappetit.com/comfort. See you next time.